Alright, what is going on, my dude? So Season 18 of Alliance War has officially begun, and we are back here today with some highlights from the first 3 wars of the season, okay? I don't want to put out like 12 videos for Alliance War, but I know you guys really like the Alliance War videos, so I like to compile them together. So, up first, this was actually from the war from today. We are on Path 8, and I still had my Suicide Masteries off from when I was placing defense, alright? So we have a Dr. Doom and a Void on this lane, okay? So this Dr. Doom is fairly simple as long as you're able to bring in Quake. I've Quaked Dr. Doom in Alliance War and Alliance Quest 200,849 times now, and if I were to die or get hit in this fight, I deserve to be kicked from my alliance at this point. So as long as I stay consistent, this fight probably would have been over just about now if I did have my Suicide Masteries on, give or take maybe like one more cycle. But yeah, just as long as you keep consistent here with your quaking, and your shaking. I don't like to parry Dr. Doom or really anybody when I'm using Quake because it throws off my rhythm, but because of the what is that, long distance relationship on me, because of that I'm also just constantly healing from willpower in case I would need it. So if I was doing the heavy parry, it would have been I still would have ended with a full yellow bar, so that would have been very nice. But right here, after this last Quake cycle, that's going to be it. This Dr. Doom is absolutely flushed down the drain in 60 seconds there. So up next we have a much tougher fight, and this is Void, and he's going to be linked with Buffet, okay? So he also has long distance relationship and special lock 1, so this is obviously the perfect place to place Void. In Alliance War, we are going in with Archangel, who in my opinion is the best counter, and you're going to see why. So we start off, we're going to do our little parry heavy there, we're going to back off, and we didn't get a poison there unfortunately, but here I'm thinking I'm going to go medium heavy, but unfortunately he jumped back just in time and I got that debuff on me, so I started to degen a tiny bit, but it's okay because I got my 10 combo. But I do have the long distance relationship and the power lock 1 on me, but I tossed off the special 1, only losing 10% health, no big deal at all. He now has 3 neurotoxins on him, so from this point the fight is pretty much in my control and I don't have to worry about anything as long as I don't get clipped by a special attack. So from here on out, I just want to play very, very safe and we should be good to go. He's stunned from the neurotoxin there, it's about to happen again. It's all good, gonna go in there, toss off that special 1. I'm not sure if the neurotoxin got rid of that debuff or if it was the 10 combo going up to 30, but either way, this fight is over right now. Just took the beginning of the special 2 in the block just to be safe because it's the last time I need Archangel in this war. So, good game to Archangel there, got through that Void really, really, really easily, no problem at all. Up next, I ended up taking this shared node here for another pretty tough fight. We thought this was going to be an Annihilus here on Aegis Heavy, and I did have Doom with me. I think the best option is a Thing for this, but we didn't have a thing ready to go. I was gonna boost up, but I decided against it. I absolutely don't think I need a boost for this fight. So here, my phone was lagging pretty good here, so that was kind of annoying. But here, this is how you fight just heavy Annihilus with Doom. You dex out of his medium and you go light, medium, heavy there. Dex out of a special 1. As you can see, my phone was just really lagging, so I was really hoping that it wasn't going to overheat. That's something that's been happening to a couple people lately that I've seen, but we're just going to keep going like this here. I do have my suicides on at this point, so I didn't want to toss too many specials. There, I got clipped a little bit, no big deal. In the corner, he didn't have the unstoppable, so we got another one of those heavies off. Tried to get a parry, but it didn't work. Here, I'm going to do the same thing, but he did have the unstoppable, unfortunately, but he didn't have it there. Toss off the heavy. Now we're going to go into our special 3. It got clipped a couple times there, but it's all good, no big deal, not too much harm done. From this point on, the fight is completely in my control. Aegis Heavy is gone, and I got it from here. So here, gonna go medium, medium, light, 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 medium, medium, special 1. Now I'm gonna hold my block, I'm gonna let him hit it, I'm gonna parry, gonna get back up to a special 3 after a heavy attack, gonna toss this off, and from here the fight's over, man. I healed up my recoil damage a little bit with that long distance relationship on me, so that was nice to have. Yeah, so I got clipped a couple times in this fight. It wasn't the #1 cleanest Annihilus fight I've ever had in my life, but at the end of the day, we got the solo without too much trouble at all. Up next, we are going to move on to another Section 1 fight here, and this is from a different war now. This is that Domino on Path 4, one of the hardest fights in Alliance War. So let's go ahead and just jump in here. Again, I was going through my boosts, and I don't have too many boosts. I only have one invulnerability boost, and I want to make sure that counts throughout the season, so I want to save that for a time when I really, really need it. And I've done this fight so many times with the Mega Red. I've gotten the solo so many times, and it's pretty much like clockwork for me at this point, so we're going to go through it. I'm going to hit enter while she's not unstoppable, just try and build up those spores a little bit. I could have locked in the heavy degen there, but I'm not too concerned with that. Here I'm just trying to stay as close to her as I possibly can. Just so she could tick down. Eventually we're going to get into the corner. That's just something that's kind of inevitable at this point. And she does have the power flood because there is spite, so when I get the dexterity buff, okay, here I'm going to start my quaking, and she does have that power flood, keep that in mind. And look at this, look at that, man. Let's go into slow motion. I want to talk about that. So she has the power flood because of the spite, okay? Now, we went unlucky because the power flood brought her over 1 bar of power. I didn't realize it. That means I went to dex the special 1, but the unlucky made my dexterity fail. So that's certainly very, very annoying, especially when you dex that special 1 on time, but it doesn't go through. That's very, very, very annoying, but it is what it is. I revived and I healed up, no big deal at all. Not the end of the world there. But yeah, man, that's certainly very annoying. There's a lot to keep an eye on in that fight. Alright, let's go on to the next fight on this path. We have a Havok here, and this could potentially be a tough fight if he starts throwing some special attacks, because this also has spite, and if you dex those unblockable special ones, if they become unblockable, well, you know, it's a pretty lengthy special 1, and he might be able to cycle another special 1 in that time period, depending where he was in the power bar. So ideally, we just want to get this guy down before he even has the chance of tossing off a special attack. So here I'm just holding block, trying to bait some heavy attacks. Now I'm going to lock in the heavy while he has 22 spores, and from here I'm just going to combo him and toss off a special 2, and that's going to end it. Actually, I didn't even have to toss it off because he was dead before it. I did take the Nick Fury there, but I forgot to record it, but it went well, got the solo. Mega Red lost a decent chunk of health, but it's all good because I didn't need him for the rest of the fight. Up next, we're on Path 9. This is the inverted controls. I'm doing both of these fights with Dr. Doom here. Inverted controls for me aren't too big of a deal. I just do the fight with inverted controls. This Hyperion does have suicides on, so that is helping a little bit. You know, so Hyperion loves to just spam that special 1, so that's very, very nice. But here, I got to a special 3, but I didn't want to toss it off yet, just because I'm just going to keep it in the bank and just chip this guy down as much as I possibly can. But here, he wasn't throwing off that special 1, and he got pushed a little high on the power bar, so I toss off the special 3, and this is going to end the fight pretty easily without too much trouble at all here. So right after the special 3, he's pretty much dead right there. Up next, we have a Korg, I believe, and now this Korg is going to have inverted controls the entire time, and I was initially planning on using Omega Red for this Korg, but I mean, you know, Doom is at full health, and Doom is also a really great Korg counter in my opinion, so I'm just going to go ahead and use Doom here. No big deal at all. Bait out that heavy attack, boom, boom, boom. I'm going to do a little light intercept here, very, very, very nice. Get him down, get all of those rock stacks gone. Like I said, when I do inverted controls, I just swipe the other way. It's not too hard for me personally. I'm very used to it. I take it in AQ a lot. I also take Path 9 and Alliance War a ton here. Toss off that special 1, steal some of his power. Now I'm going to bait out his attack here, bait out that heavy, and I'm going to try and get up to a special 3 if I can without him tossing off his special attack, and it looks like we are going to get it right here. Toss off that special 3, and now during this special 3, whenever I use Dr. Doom on Path 9, I'm going over my Dr. Doom combo in my brain, and I'm like thinking about what it is with the reverse controls. So here I'm doing medium, medium, light, 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 medium, medium, special 1, and as you can see, it is like I do it a tiny bit slower there just so I make sure I don't mess it up on the reverse controls. But here I'm going to just toss off that special 2 right at the end there, and that incinerate should get him down Great, that was really, really great. Dr. Doom did very, very well there. I enjoy fighting Korg with Dr. Doom. It's usually very straightforward for me. Up next we have another Path 9, actually from today, and this I'm also going to be doing with Dr. Doom. And first up we have a Taskmaster. So Taskmaster is pretty tough with flow, depending on where he is. I was considering going Quake there, but I'm just going to end up going Dr. Doom since it is just a rank 4. I'm just going to be very, very safe in this fight. You know, I was thinking about just playing chicken with him until the lesser confusion goes away, so that way it's not reverse controls, but then I figured I'm just going to go ahead and do the fight anyway. Dr. Doom has such incredible block proficiency that you can really just take advantage of taking a lot of hits on the block as long as it isn't Siphon. So here, you know, I'm not too worried about the power flood. If it gets to 3 stacks, that's when you have to kind of worry about it. But here we're at 2 stacks, and even then it's not that big of a deal. He goes to toss off the special 2 here, and the reverse controls are now faded. So I'm just going to build up to a special 3, and now pretty much the fight is over. You know, after 10 debuffs, Taskmaster is going to go immune to all debuffs. However, with the passive stun on the special 3, it's a passive stun, so we don't have to worry about that not sticking. Here we're just doing our Doom combo, medium, medium, light, 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 medium, medium, and then he's dead before I could even toss off the special 1 or the special 2. If that was a rank 5 Taskmaster, it would have been the exact same fight because he would have been dead from the special 2 there. So now this was from another war, and we have a Mole Man on Path 8 in Section 1, and I went in with Colossus, alright? Now this is Mighty Charge, okay, so I have to be very, very careful here. I can't really intercept him at all, and also it is Mole Man, so I can't, I know that when I'm using a mutant, I can like parry heavy, but I also don't want to parry heavy too much. There's also Tyranny here, so I can't like build up to a special 2 and stack armors that way either. So I'm just gonna take this fight very, very slow and just make sure I'm safe and get this guy down, okay? This was also without the Suicide Masteries on. So I'm just playing it very, very safe here. We have the long distance relationship as well, so I'm going to be healing from willpower a lot. As we can see, he's in frenzy mode now, so it is safe to do a parry heavy if I can get one to stick. So there, I'll take advantage of that. We're going to toss off a big 15k heavy attack, and he's about half dead here. So this fight is going pretty well. Here I ate a little combo, no big deal at all there. You know, we have 10 armor stacked, so we're also just healing every second from willpower here. He's throwing off a little special 1 here, just gonna dex that out of the way. I do make a pretty sizable mistake right there by hitting into his block and activating Frenzy, and I lost about half my health. And I'll tell you what, there's about 2 minutes left on the clock, and I'm going to speed this up by a lot because I'm going to take advantage of all that willpower healing, because, you know, Mole Man isn't the toughest defender, so I'm just going to try and get back up to about 80-85% health before the end of this fight, just in case I need Colossus again before the end of the war here. So I just figured it was easy enough to just play around with him towards the end, and we got him down, and we ended the fight with 85% health after being down to about 40%. So that's a win in my book, man. Shout out to willpower. Up next we have this special lock 1 long distance relationship Havok. So it is special lock 1, so I can't keep a special 3 in the bank against this guy for safety, and I also can't do a special 2 for big damage, okay? So with the armor rings. So basically, my goal here is I want to play around with this Havok, and I just want to try and make it so he doesn't get to a special 1 even once throughout the entire fight, because I just don't want to deal with any mistakes possibly happening, okay? I don't want him to get anywhere near a special 2, and I definitely don't want him anywhere near a special 3, so I'm just literally going to be constantly draining his power and degenning him, okay? So that's how we're going to go about this. We're going to play this very, very slow, and like I said, I want to see if I can keep his power bar below 1 bar power for the entirety of the fight. So the thing with Warlock is that every time he parries a projectile, he's going to drain the opponent's power, and because my Warlock is SIG 200, it's going to be a decent amount of degen damage from that as well. Unfortunately, Warlock is a robot, so he's not going to be healing from the willpower mastery from the Power Lock 1 or all of that plasma. But so far, we've just been messing around with this Havok here, taking it really slow, going very safe, and he's down to about 40%. The bleed damage also isn't too bad. However, I think I had deep wounds at 1 out of 5 during this fight, because I'm not going to put it back at 5 out of 5 for every war if I don't need it. But yeah, at this point, man, Warlock is still at 90%, and this Havok is down to 15%. Gonna counter his heavy with his heavy when I can. I'm up against the wall, but I feel very comfortable up against the wall with Havok versus with Warlock versus Havok. And there, man, there's a couple heavies, and this guy is down the drain. So yeah, dudes, that wasn't every single fight in the first 3 wars of this season, but those were just some ones that I thought were pretty interesting. Let me know what you think about these in the comment section below. We don't know for sure if we're going for Masters yet. I'm pretty sure we're going to be pushing for Masters, but we're going to reassess like halfway through the season. But so far, it's going pretty well. The war from today is going pretty well as well. I think we're probably going to win it. We won the second war and we lost the first war. But yeah, man, we're going to keep pushing through. So yeah, dudes, that's going to be it for this video today. Do your boy a favor and drop a like if you enjoyed. Again, comment what you think about these Alliance War videos and subscribe if you want to see some more videos coming to you very soon. And I'll be seeing you around.